All right. I should have hit go live at about 10 on that countdown. 30 seconds is way too long of a freaking countdown.
I got time. I got nowhere to be.
So I'm Justin. That guy is Matt or Matty Dubs or Matt T, whatever you call
Whomever
yourself.
I am this week, yeah.
Matt,
I go by many names.
Matty Dubs. But Matt and I were both on vacation last week, and neither one of us got to get back home.
Yours
oh my God,
was more
Cookingham
vacation
Palace
than
has
mine.
commented while you were on here.
Twas
What?
I this whole time.
I bet it was you.
Because no one else knew. No one else knew. How could he have known?
Matthias does not sound the same. Is that your brother?
No, it's not.
Is
my brother
Cookingham
has
Palace your brother?
My brother has much better things to do than watch two grown men talk about zombies on a Monday night.
But we were both on vacation.
I'm just happy to be here.
So we both got home like late, and neither one of us really felt like actually podcasting.
Hell, yours was more vacation. At least you guys got to be on the beach. I had to go speak at some conference and then try to see everybody I could in the span of 14 hours.
Oh, well, I have a feeling it was a good time.
We left Thursday morning and we got back Sunday afternoon, but because our trips are always such turn and burn, I told Ashley when we were getting to the airport, I'm like, man, can you believe just 14 hours ago we were sitting in that chair right there boarding to Denver? That's how I get literally feel like a fucking day.
On the way back, I was telling Josh, I said 20 hours ago we were sitting on the beach.
1 second, I gotta mute myself. I can mute a call.
You gotta mute a call. Oh, Matt must be on call. So anyways, we were both on vacation and we were not able to podcast because we were honestly just lazy. But anyways, we're here to talk about episode 6 of season 11 of The Walking Dead. And I'm probably not going to have too many people, live because I did a piss poor job of promoting this. But nonetheless, I'm sure you can catch the replay and it might be, how you're watching now. Either way, just glad to have you tuned in. Let's see. We have to talk about the people in the house, dude. Holy crap. Yeah, overall, I like this episode. I do have a little bit of a gripe with the people in the house, but with that said, I still really like the episode. Matt, now that you're back with us, did you like the episode?
Son of a bitch.
I guess that's a no.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I put you back on the AirPods.
So what'd you think about the episode?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great.
I think it was really well done. I love that this is the second time they've done that whole silent horror thing with Connie, and I think it works really well. And I'm not waving. I'm swatting at a little net that keeps you see.
Hi, guys.
I do think the idea of these, I do think that people would go crazy in the apocalypse, but just like, how have these people survived that long? Have that many people been like stumbling into their house that they've been able to, it seemed like quite a few of them.
Yeah. I didn't quite get that, but it definitely added to the intensity of the episode.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I think this is probably the best episode of the season. And also because they flashed between different stories. Like you had different things happening. So we didn't have to stay with just one person or one group the entire episode and kind of get slow and boring. Like I thought it was a really well done episode.
Oh, I really liked it too. Oh boy. Yes, I do know what rang. Hi, guys.
What is that, like a torture chair behind you?
Yeah, this is how Ash and I are going to make a baby. Now a little inversion table for those with old achy backs.
Old achy backs, says the 30-something-year-old. All right, let's see. I got to fix something here because I cannot see. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this. I don't like how close up it makes us start. So there we go. And you guys forgive me. I'm learning StreamYard. So with those people, I know that they were like, I see where Brandon's saying like, no, they were outside and herding them in. I get that. But are that many people coming that close to that house that they're.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm not going in there. I'm good. There's other houses we can trick or treat.
I mean, from a logistical standpoint, I could be a little petty with it. But with that said, I give this episode like a 4.5 out of 5. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was actually freaky, which is something we don't see from The Walking Dead very often. So it was nice to see him kind of getting back to like the horror thing. I like that it bounced between different things happening. What do you think about our boy Daryl cutting homeboy's fingers off?
I don't even know, man. It's like he's I wish they would have just did the bath torture to that fellow instead of having to cut off nails and start chopping off fingers.
I mean, all for the
Daryl
sake
had
of
to
looking
go
through was like getting a bath. This guy got his fingers chopped off
he's
by Daryl.
He's portraying for Pope, like that. He's just that wanderer, not with the group, and he's on their side. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, he got a little crunk on that one.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit far for Daryl. I mean, he straight up sliced dude's fingers off.
Yeah, it's a little much for Daryl, but I get what he's doing. It just didn't kind of fell out of place.
It fell. I wonder what Rick would have thought.
Rick.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Rick. At least he didn't go full governor and bite the fingers off.
He should have.
It's true. But no, a lot of people, man, are really getting into this Negan and Maggie getting together theory. Like, it is really getting a lot of traction. And a lot of people were saying, like, look at the way he looked at her in the preview of next week's episode when he teaches her how to be a whisperer. They're going to get together and have babies.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't see that. Like, I don't see Daryl and Maggie, but you're a proponent that it's going to happen.
I'm still pretty impressed when Negan's like, man, why haven't you killed me yet? Then she throws that dagger and miraculously landed the skull of a walker, like just meters behind them.
Yeah, they're very.
I was turned on by that, actually. That's my kink.
What, knife throwing?
Knife throwing into a zombie's head while, like, when you think she's throwing at you, but she's really throwing at someone behind you to save you. Even though she doesn't like you, she still saves you. That's my kink.
That's a really specific kink.
It really is, but it works for me.
I mean, I don't feel like that's a kink that gets fulfilled very often.
No, it's like a once in a lifetime. Like, it'll never happen again. Like, Negan plus Mag equals Naggy. I like that. I really like that display picture he has.
It's either you or your brother, man. It's gotta be.
I'm telling you, I can understand it being me, thinking it's me, but my brother doesn't have time for that shit.
You sometimes every once in a while on this podcast, it seems like you go away for a second, and then miraculously Cuckingham Palace pops a comment into the comment section. For those new to the channel, we have our friend here, Cuckingham Palace, and I've been saying for months now that it's actually Matt.
I can neither confirm nor deny it.
And I had said before, we never see Matt and Cuckingham Palace together at the same time, but alas, tonight we have. So I don't know. The Appalachian American's got a good point. Clean Daryl looks weird.
It's very out of place.
I don't like not having the filth.
Rick.
I love that somebody pointed out my Daryl impression is basically just what's his face from King of the Hill, Dale Gribble.
It is. Pocket sand.
I love you, Rick. Like, Daryl needs to, he needs to just get away from these people. I mean, I hope he's not still in love with this chick. Clearly she's like evil.
Yeah, she's got some sort of trance on him.
I keep forgetting I'm a week ahead. I got to be careful not to say anything to you guys, or I might be banished from the Barn of Pleasures. I mean, no one.
Well, see, the Barn of Pleasures also coincides with the Barn of Pain.
They're together as one.
Sometimes, what you call punishment, we call punishment.
I think King Ezekiel would approve that. In the barn, I want a Barn of Pleasures T-shirt. Like, that's what we need. We need Barn of Pleasures T-shirts.
I got some people that owe me favors in graphical design. I could probably make it happen.
Dude, I'm telling you now, make it happen. Make it happen.
All right,
I
I'll have
need
my
to get
people.
ahead. Everybody's watching the episode a week ahead. I need to start doing that. And then that way we could do these podcasts like a week in advance. Stay ahead of the curve. But so let's kind of overview the episode. What was the thing that you liked the most about this episode, Matt? If you had to just like give the one thing.
The things that always get me the most are like the things that I can personally relate to. Like when Connie's sleep deprived, she's hallucinating shit. I can definitely relate to that. Because I my issues with insomnia and sleep medication.
Like when you're on Ambien.
Essentially, we'll say, yeah.
Which
you see some weird
for those
shit
concerned, Matt's prescribed Ambien. So it's not
this is for I have
fun.
this is not for funsies. Insomnia really sucks. So when you start seeing shit or you just can't process things correctly, and it's just, man, it fucks with you.
Did you at any point think that Connie might actually be hallucinating when she was in the house?
Oh, yes, definitely, yeah.
I thought
that's very, very classic signs and symptoms of hallucination from lack of sleep.
I thought that's where it was going. I thought she was going to be seeing things, or remember, this is the guy that drugged up Michonne.
Yeah. So yeah, but I didn't see any reason why he'd need to put her on any psychedelics.
I'll say, damn, Bill Cosby, stop drugging the girls of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, like if it's in needs of survival, don't drug your party.
No, do you think that I saw this on The Talking Dead, so I'm not going to claim this is like an original question that I came up with, but do you think that has he gotten to a point where he can be forgiven for like what he did to Michonne?
Yeah, I think so. Especially like when he was trying to essentially, I guess, pay it forward, trying to let Connie escape and sacrifice himself, but she didn't want to. So I think he kind of realized his mistakes and he was trying to make up for them. So I think that's a redeemable quality.
Yeah, I definitely think he seemed genuine with his trying to help her get out, willing to stay behind.
Yeah, so I could doing that. I think that gives him some, like, at least not bashing like you're sniffing others' brains, and that's kind of where it seems like at least you draw the line. I would have, that's my kink.
I just refuse to believe that if someone smashed your wife's head in, that there's a chance you might end up with them.
Never say never.
And I feel like your answer to that would be different if you were in the room with you.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, no, I'd never. Like, all right, so you and I both think Aubrey Plaza is just hot.
Yeah, one of the hottest women of all time ever.
So, like, if Aubrey Plaza bashed your wife's brains in, you think you could one day end up with her?
I am conflicted.
We got a confession here from old Cuckingham Palace. Says, Matt drugged me at the barn of backdoor pleasures. That's how we know each other.
Yeah, even though he swore he'd never tell you, asshole. You little asshole.
But no, I really like this episode. Do you think this is where are you at now? Thinking that this is I think this is probably my favorite episode of the season thus far. Just A, because it actually had some horror elements, and B, the fact that it flipped around.
It reminded me of I do like that too, but it definitely reminded me of the suspense, like when they were lined up at Terminus to be killed. Oh,
well, and also too, I love because we had this death chase scene before back in the field when we first met the Whisperers.
Yeah.
And Connie was running through the cornfield. Well, I don't know if it was a cornfield, but she's running through the field and you can't hear anything. I think that was really well done. And this episode was actually directed by Greg Nicotero, who's, been with the show for since day one, I believe. And he's always done the effects and the makeup and stuff like that. And he actually directed this episode.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. Definitely best of the season so far.
I thought this is actually a really good point. It says that does anyone else think that Negan running into the feral people would have been hilarious? What the shit?
What?
Yeah, but Negan, it would have been funnier with old Negan, not the new softer Negan.
Nah, yeah.
Older Negan would have had something funny to say, some kind of wisecrack. This Negan would have just been like, ah! Oh, no.
Now I'll never get with Maggie.
How can I get with Maggie if I'm in feral people's bellies? How can I get in Maggie's belly if I'm in someone else's? It did feel strangely ironic, though, when the zombies came in and were eating the feral people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they had the big orgy feast at the end there. I'm gonna cover myself with guts. We're gonna escape, and the zombies would come in. They're all just gonna have a giant buffet fuck fest in there.
They're like swiping at them, like
Yeah.
like I mean, they're both. I mean, one's dead and doesn't feel pain. I know, but I mean, you're essentially both emaciated beings that eat other people. Only one still has some free will, so I would think they'd be a bit more dangerous. But one bite from the walker though, and you're gone. So
yeah.
Let's see. Have either of you seen The People Under the Stairs? The house was very similar and also had pale feral cannibals. Excellent homage episode. I've never seen that.
I haven't either. I don't do a lot of horror movies. Like I don't mind watching them now, but man, when I was a kid, they would scare the piss out of me. If my feet were under the blanket, like that's when the creepy crawlies would get you.
Oh, were you one of those like you had to have your feet under the blanket for fear that something was going to grab your toes?
If you didn't, it was game over.
Something was going to grab your toesies.
My feet were never out, so I never died. So I mean, there's got to be some sort of correlation there.
It just makes too much sense. It just makes too much sense. Well, it was great to see Connie and Kelly get back together.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah.
That was actually a really sweet moment when they see each other.
Yeah, my wife was texting us before we started here saying like I am not okay with this episode. It's like, oh, they found each other. She does not do good with scary stuff. She's got to keep her little toesies protected at night too, or that's how they get you.
Oh, is she worried about that too?
Yes, we all should be worried about it.
Yes, you fool.
Yes, you idiot.
Now kiss me, you fool.
Now kiss me, you fool.
Let's see. It reminded me of the episode when Andrea was trying to hide from the governor, and both ended with the protagonist opening a door and letting the walkers in. That's a good point.
Yeah.
They put those together because she did the same kind of thing. She pulled the door open and just stood behind it. Good observation there, Helen. And Beavers, I can't believe I haven't seen People Under the Stairs. I mean, I'm not going to say like I'm a horror movie expert, but I
am by no means a horror movie expert.
I've spent a lot of time watching them, especially on like Netflix and Hulu and anywhere I can find them.
I can teach you how to protect yourself at night with a blanket and some toes. Other than that, though, you're on your own. That's where I draw the line for my expertise. And your toes. Like keep your toes on your body and keep your toes, or you keep your body under the blanket.
I met a interesting.
I'm just rambling at this point.
I met an interesting fellow today who had chopped off a few of his fingers with his lawnmower, and he said basically like he was cutting on a hill, and this was a super nice guy. So God, I hope he never sees this and thinks I'm making fun of him because I'm not. But like, how your push mowers have this little safety, so like you grab it, and pull it, the little safety bar, let go of it, the blades stop. Well, he got tired of I guess loosening. I don't know, but he taped his, which was not the best.
Yeah,
decision.
Get like a little clothespin and just
So he taped his, and he was going down a hill, and when he went to fall, he went to reach for like the handle, but at that point he didn't realize he was sliding down the grass. So by the time he got done reaching out, his hand went right into the open piece where it hacked off several fingers.
That's why they have that bar. Oh man.
To prevent that sort of thing. Super nice guy though. So like I definitely don't mean that to make fun of his situation. I can
understand working in the health field, or like working things like where you have to work with like big machines or dangerous situations. Like man, like there are ways you wish you could cut corners to save time, but like that's why the corners are there.
Oh, absolutely. gonna let you read this one.
I cover everything except the backside at night. Man.
Like hoping the monster comes out.
Yeah. I hope no monster touches my bum. Get a smidge of cum on my bum.
Hey, keep it a little more PG-13 now. Let's see. It's pretty good. I want to say it's a 90s Wes Craven flick talking about people under the stairs. Yeah, I need to check that out. Saeed Jarrah. Daryl Dixon, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's they're talking about. You never watched Lost, did you, Matt? You should.
There's a lot of shoulds in my life.
I can see that. Daryl is kind of the Saeed, except for, Daryl doesn't have that I'm evil complex. Like, Carol has the, like, Daryl is definitely like Saeed of Lost, but Carol has that, like, a Saeed just has this, like, constant battle of, like, I'm really a terrible person and I'm evil. No matter what I do, I'll never make up for the things that I've done, which is, what Carol goes through every once in a while. And then she's like, never mind, and starts killing people again. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. But I'm trying to think of what else happened. I mean, how much longer do you think Daryl's going to continue the charade with the Reapers? And do you think that Pope now knows that Daryl is not who he says he is?
I think he's got a good hunch. I don't think it's going to last much longer with that charade there. So, yeah.
I really hope it doesn't, because I'm really just, the Reaper thing isn't doing it for me.
It's getting old.
Let's see.
Daryl's got a bath. He's the dude didn't have his fingers and toes under the blanket, so he got him chopped off.
Now that I smell clean, I can find love.
Rick.
Rick liked my stinky body, but Rick's no longer here, so now I'm showered Daryl.
He was my brother.
And I loved him. Let's see. Kate Domingo says, pretty good episode. Glad to see Connie and that she survived. Me too. I was really worried that they were going to give her like the Rick movies treatment. Like they totally planned to bring her back, but then that they would just kind of forget about her. Like, yeah,
with Virgil too. Like, dude, like I don't sign language. Like I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Because we work with people with communications issues at the hospital all the time. It's frustrating. Like if we didn't have a paid language line, like it would be so hard to do what we needed to do.
I've always wanted to learn sign language. I used to know how to spell my name, but crap, what was it? J, is that U-S-T-I something? I had a friend of mine works with people that are have different disabilities, and one of them was deaf, so he was showing me some sign language. I was like, yeah, I'd like to know that.
Yeah, communication is a frustrating barrier. Like when people, like when you're trying to do your job and you can't understand a damn word that they're saying.
Oh yeah, I think it causes a lot of problems if we all just knew how to understand each other. But anyways, let's see. I think Pope is a boring villain, says Carol. Yes. I do too. He looks like
just better not see.
He looks like the old company vice president at the radio stations I work for. So like every time he's up there, all I see is a more gruff. And the guy, I mean, I think the world of the guy. So again, I'm not making fun of him, but like his name was Mark, and he just had, I swear to God, he looks like Mark with a weird beanie cap on and slightly bigger and more gruff. So
just don't let him
every
see
time I see him, I just see Mark.
Why hi, Mark. What do you got? Scratch on your back there, buddy?
Because we run through the woods all day, every day, and sticks get scratchy.
On the sacrifice fire pile you go.
Oh,
we're getting mighty low on bacon. That back is looking awfully scratchy, boy.
Oh, the Appalachian American's got a good point. I thought that Connie was gonna get was gonna be another Heath. Do you remember Heath, Matt?
No.
He was he was on a few episodes and then he disappeared like God, I guess 8 years ago in the show's time. I mean, maybe
what time frame was this?
He was with Tara. It was while they were on the road. I think that Negan had, I said Heath, not Keith, cucking him. I'm pretty sure it was while like Negan had killed, Glenn and Abraham, and Tara hadn't found out, and Tara was out on this run with Heath, and then Heath got taken by, I guess, the CRM, which are the people in the helicopter with the circles that took Rick, and they're in this stupid World Beyond show. And they just completely forgot about that plot point. I know it was because the actor went to do another show for a little while, but you could have at least mentioned him or found a way to bring him back.
Let me look him up here on Google so I can remember.
It's only like the biggest show on cable television. I'm pretty sure you could convince him, or you have the funds.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember him. I thought it was a neat character.
Yeah, he got off better than the comics. Well, we don't know what's happening to him now. He's been taken away, but he was originally one of the ones in the comics in the lineup in front of Negan. In the comics, he also lost his leg in an explosion. Actually, the explosion where the episode where Carl died. Why aren't the Reapers wearing their masks anymore? Because they get hard to breathe in.
Yeah. Plus, everyone knows, yeah.
I guess now that they've been unmasked, the writers just kind of forgot. I don't know. You would have thought, like, when they went to the house to try to find Negan and Maggie, they would have at least put their masks on then.
And walk in that very intense V formation.
We can't go in there, Daryl, until we're in the V. What do you think Daryl would fit into the V? Would he be the point? It was 3 of them. Would he be the point, or would he be the left or the right?
He'd be on probably the right side, kind of mid pack.
Yeah. Who do you think would have been up front? That other guy?
Oh, the one on tonight's episode?
Yeah, the guy that was with Daryl and the lady.
Yeah, he would have been the front because he really kind of wants that position just for more to feed his ego than actually want to lead the cool V formation.
Beaver has had a good point. He says, I wonder if that was, I wondered about that as well. I wonder if COVID protocols changed during the filming or if it was to humanize them more.
That I couldn't say. I mean, those would not be very good masks in line with like precautions.
Kate Domingo says, also, they can't count. Pope said take 3 people to search the house, and like 6 of them went. Like, no, damn it. Let's see. Would you be able to take that torture and not give Daryl up? Well, Daryl's pissed me off a lot in this show. So if it was Daryl, I'd probably give him up the second they were like, so we're going to torture you. Daryl's down the road 3 miles to the left in a gray house. Damn, we didn't even do anything yet. I was going to
say how you're doing today. Shit.
Daryl got Glenn killed. He's been on my crap list ever since. Let's see.
Some things are unforgivable.
Unforgivable. You know what I'm going to do? It's very unprofessional, but I've had a busy day. So, Matt, I'm going to make you feel really awkward for about 12 seconds. You know what I'm going to do?
You're going to
blow your screen up, and I'm going to run right over here and grab a soda because I am so thirsty I can barely continue. So, entertain them for like 12 seconds.
So, how's everyone doing tonight?
Smile and wave. Just smile and wave.
It's like you dropped a massive fart over there. Yeah, so I liked the episode. It was good. It was fun. I wish I had someone to talk about it with. But Justin's probably doing something scrupulous on his end of things. I wish I could control the comments and like I don't get to see all the messages like he does on his end. I wonder if I could do that somehow.
Now, see, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Oh, it was terrible.
Excuse me. Sorry, I have just been really thirsty tonight. I haven't really had a chance to. Let's see. Cuckingham Palace, of course, says, I want to be tortured by Daryl. Matt, you get to be tortured by one character on the show. Who's it going to be?
Probably Negan. He does a pretty good job at it.
Okay. All right. Wait a minute. So you get to torture any character on the show.
No, I get to where I get to be tortured. If I were going to torture somebody, I think Daryl would be too boring. It'd be too easy.
You think Daryl would be easy to torture and break? We've seen
Negan
not be able to break.
I think it would. No, like he'd be like he's low hanging fruit. It would be too easy to go after him. Like it wouldn't be fun.
Right.
Wouldn't be fun. Like I would want a character that is very easily excitable and like that gets like Eugene. Okay, like someone that's very easily to really make on edge and very uneasy and cry and all that stuff.
If you just walked in the room in your V formation with your shirts half unbuttoned, I will tell you whatever you want to hear.
He'd make it easy for everybody.
And that is, for a fact, that is not my duties and my draws.
But if I was torturing for the sake of extracting information about any of the main cast, it would be Eugene.
It would certainly be Eugene. And speaking of which, going back, I guess 1 or 2 episodes, I rewatched that episode, and yeah, everybody's totally right. That is not the real Stephanie. The ice cream girl was Stephanie.
Yes.
Like,
yep, I went back and watched that too.
You didn't catch that either, though, did you?
I didn't until they brought it up. I didn't realize it. But like then you go back and look at like reanalyze. Like, man, okay, yeah, they were onto something. I mean, it's obvious
one
now.
Of those episodes, I was like, I just wasn't paying attention at that exact moment.
Yeah.
But interesting question here. Elijah Wilson
Beta
says
reppers.
Beta. I mean, if we're talking hand to hand, and they don't have guns, I think Beta would whoop the whole damn squad, including Pope.
Yeah, Beta didn't fuck around. He would have made him into mincemeat.
Yep. Let's see.
If they thought Afghanistan was bad.
Do you think the Reaper arc will finish by episode 8? I kind of really hope so, to be honest with you.
I hope so too. I'm not digging the Reapers.
They're not an interesting enemy. They really feel like, and I know you don't watch this yet, Matt, but to people that do, they kind of feel like a throwaway villain set from like Fear the Walking Dead.
Hey, do we got any like leftover costumes from a series we can recycle?
Right, pretty much. They feel like
they say they got some,
Dead.
Say they got some military background or some bullshit, and they got a grudge against humanity. We can cobble something up out of that,
and we'll throw a little God in there too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Straight up Wes Craven vibes from this episode. I loved it, says Jake. And Connie being mute makes me think of Hush, a fantastic horror flick. I have seen Hush. It actually has the girl that is also in Haunting of Hill House and the Briar Manor series. And yes, Hush. If you've not seen Hush, have you seen Hush, Matt?
I don't recall. Probably not.
It's on Netflix. You should watch it. You should not let your wife watch it. It's not a supernatural horror flick. I'll tell you, it tells you in the preview, but a girl is mute and deaf, and she lives kind of isolated, and this guy is trying to break into her house. And it's a really, really, really good film. It's on Netflix.
That sounds intense. I don't want to watch that.
Imagine this episode minus the cannibalistic people, but imagine this episode
and
for
the
a
zombie.
Whole movie. That's what
zombie
it's like.
Cannibal fuckfest death orgy buffet.
It definitely keeps you on your toes a whole lot more. But yeah, definitely good point there. Let's see. Try to keep up. Y'all are throwing the comments down there, which please keep doing. Let's see. My daughter wants to say hi. Her name is Presley. Hi, Presley. I'm sorry
Hello.
Matt keeps dropping all these F-bombs when there are kids in the audience.
Listen, I was told there'd be no kids here. I specifically asked, like, are there gonna be kids here, Justin? You're like, no, dog.
But hi, Presley. Thank you so much for tuning in. My daughter, I've just been with her for like the last.
Watch Crowley's daughter be like a 37-year-old woman. She's just here with me. She wants to say hi.
Why is he talking to me like I'm a child? Hi, Presley. Jeez, Dad, you could have mentioned I'm 37. No, my daughter's 2, and she has got more energy tonight than I've ever had in my entire life. Let's see. Matt should be able to switch between comments and private chat on the right at the top. Oh, you say?
Call me Mart.
Well, aside from that, Seth, are you saying that's how Matt could be?
Mart.
I
was saying, when we had that 12 seconds while you had to go run and fart off the side or something.
I thought he was saying that's how you were cucking in Palace.
Maybe I am.
I think you are. She's married to Mike Flanagan, director of Hush and Hill House. Oh, well.
Interesting tidbit.
Then that works. Let's see. Our boy Derek. Hoof-hearted. What does that mean?
I'm going to say yes.
It's late and I'm slow. I've heard Hush is really good. Never seen it myself. Yes, watch it. It is awesome. I saw that a few years back when it first. I remember when it was first put on Netflix because I saw it in like the what's new or new releases or whatever and watched it and was very happy with it.
So this is a slang. So hoof-hearted, little-known racehorse made famous by the way the announcer quickly pronounced his name. Hoof-hearted sounds like who-farted when spoken quick. Hoof-hearted.
Hoof-hearted.
Is this?
That's good. That's good. I like that.
This MFer. Well, Justin, I hate to be a pig in a blanket, but I gotta go run to the hospital.
Oh, have you been called in?
That was that call I took at the beginning.
Well,
it's an extremity. It'll take me like 2 seconds, but I'm sure they're gonna wonder like why I'm not saving a life right now. But let's see. Mike Myers would rather work for the Whisperers. The governor say for the sake of like they have more amenities that would suit for someone like myself. I don't care about wearing dead, smelly flesh masks and being berated by a giant man that could crush me with one hand.
Well, and they also shower and bathe, and have hygiene. So I'm going to go with the governor on that one too. Rolling with the worst, and then I feel like, the governor's psycho, and he did kill his own people. So I know this kind of contradictory, but I just feel like it's more of a high risk workplace with the Whisperers because you're constantly surrounded by people that want to eat you.
Yeah.
Like in Woodbury, you could just stay away from the governor and you'd be fine.
I'd be fine paying taxes versus getting slaughtered by zombies.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the record, Crawley says his daughter is 6.
She's 6 in dog years.
Oh, man.
Well, Presley, I'm glad you can watch our show, but if you want to keep answering, Justin, you have my permission to keep this going, but I got to go save a life.
Well, thank you for your permission, sir.
If I could blow you up right now, I would. Just expand me. All right, goodbye, people. I hate to cut you guys short. I know you guys love hearing my insane ramblings, but
he loves cutting you short. Cutting people short is your kink.
Yeah, Cuckingham and Cuttingham now.
Well, go save a life. If I doubt it'll still be going, but if by some miracle that yours goes super fast,
it'll go fast. But paperwork is what kills me.
Yeah.
All righty, we'll catch you, lovely people, later.
Later, Tater.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, this is awkward. So now it's just us. I haven't had to do a solo podcast in a long time. It's always really weird and really difficult. So I rely on the comments. Speaking of which, let's get back to those. Strange Floridian says, where's JP? He's locked in my basement, which is where I am now. So, he's just over there. No, JP's working. JP works the night shift, and it really makes it hard for him to to podcast. So, still a part of the podcast. He just hadn't been on one in a while. But, it's not like JP and I quit podcasting together or have broken up. Well, in that regard, yeah, broken up in a sense, you get what I'm saying. We're both straight. It's like, that sounds like I'm saying anyways, hoof-hearted again, who farted, bend over. Let's see. Now, I'll tell you what, if Cuckingham Palace continues to comment, I will believe that perhaps he's not Matt. But up to this point, I feel like that's still Matt messing with us. Let's see, from Elijah. What would happen if at the last minute Beta grabbed Daryl as he pushed him down the elevator shaft? Would they both die? I mean, it depends. If Daryl got up under Beta and all that weight slamming on top of you as you hit the thing, I think that Daryl would certainly be a goner. But I don't know. I feel like Beta would have survived either way. Let's see. Be safe. I caught you guys late. Have a great night. Hey, you too. Thank you so much. Derek, you know we love you to death. I always feel bad when I know somebody's real name, but they have a screen name. I always feel like should I not say their name on the camera? Let's see. Bye, Matt. Are the wolves from the comics? No, they're not. The wolves and Terminus could have kind of been a mix of a group of people called, I think, the Hunters. I mean, they were really more like the Terminus crowd because they were like cannibals. But I feel like the wolves could kind of been inspired slightly by that as well. But Justin, let Matt go save a life. Sheesh. I know. I'm going to have to check out the stream later. Just wanted to come by and say, hey, what's up? Hey, Eternal Wreck. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. Much love. And we will be back live per normal this Sunday, which I know we only have like a few more episodes, but it just getting back after being on the road for 4 or 5 hours and Matt hopping flights to get home. We were both just burnt out. And of course, Matt, if you watch this back later, just know someone did say goodbye to you. Would you rather live with Denise or Andrea? Man, that's a tough spot. Gosh, they're both very annoying characters. Believe it or not, I'm probably going to say Andrea. Yeah, Wolves for TV only. Thanks for answering, by the way. Been watching for years. Oh, yeah, I know you have, Florida. Strange Florida. And y'all bear with me. I'm really tired right now. I actually was laying in bed. My daughter was watching TV, and I was like, flipping through TikTok or something and dozed off. So I kind of woke up to come do this. So I'm a little off, but hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Strange Florida. And I know you've been listening for a long time. I'm excited to start doing some Walking Dead what ifs because I'm going to have Matt do them with me. And I think his interesting perspective on a lot of these things will make for some good what if answering. Give me Father Gabe and Pope having an intense conversation about God with Gabe taking him out with his holy wrath, and I'll be happy. Hey, Jake, that is yes, I like that. I like that a lot. Now that if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna hate, which I already don't really like the Reaper thing, but I'm gonna absolutely hate it if that doesn't happen. The wolves or the scavengers? Yeah. I mean, no, the scavengers didn't straight up roll up and kill people, though. They just the scavengers are really one of the dumbest enemies in the entire show. I mean, it had one of the greatest moments in the Walking Dead history, but it's like, we're not going to kill you. We're not going to do it. We're just going to surround you and wait for you to all die and take your stuff. I mean, like, we're not even going to barricade you in and let you starve to death. They're like not be able to come out. They just let them ride in and out. But I never understood what the scavengers game plan was, but hey, let's see. I like the Wolves and Terminus. I wish they would have done more with both of those groups. Yeah, I definitely wanted to see I would definitely wanted to see a little bit more about the with the Terminus people, but I think we had just been through the governor. His whole thing was kind of drug out. And I think at that point, they were just kind of like, all right, we're not going to drag it out too long with a new enemy. Let's keep it moving. And I think that I feel like that's what they were thinking. But I agree. A little bit more wouldn't have been bad. But I'm going to tell you, the way they were taken out was freaking awesome. That whole scene in that church, I think that episode called Four Walls and a Roof. That's like one of my favorite moments of the show. Let's see. Planning on skipping or covering World Beyond season 2. I mean, I'm gonna definitely probably cover it because I try to cover all Walking Dead universe shows. But with that said, it doesn't mean I'm gonna like it because my God, it was. I mean, it really was like trying to convince yourself to like get. I don't know, man. It really was not something I look forward to, like watching that show. Like the first episode, I was like, it's a little slow. I get it. They want us to see the safety nets that these kids have, so that it's a lot more. But then, like, they never made it good. What if Abraham became a soldier of the Commonwealth? Then he would lead that biatch. You were right about maybe that's why it was so great. And me too. 4 Walls and a Roof was great. That's one of my favorites. They released season 2 premiere already. It was decent. Man, I got to get on this AMC premiere. Is it really that worth it? I mean, man, they're already doing the premiere. I mean, that wasn't on like AMC, right? Well, that was on the app. You had to have the app to watch that. Because if I missed it, then I need to go up to the DVR and go find it, or whatever, whatever they call it. Because apparently, I hope that was on premiere. Please don't tell me it aired on TV and I missed that somehow. AMC early release should be on TV next week. Oh, so it starts next week. Does it come on after The Walking Dead? Oh, well, I do have Amazon Plus, or Amazon Prime, excuse me. So I might have to look into that. So, I mean, do we know? I should be able to. I mean, I'm the one podcasting. I should have all the info out for you, but I'm just wondering. Let me see. Does that Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2 release date? October 3rd. Okay, what time? I know this is really boring. Y'all watch me. I assume it let's see, from Beaver says, I assume it airs before or after. I don't have cable, so not sure about episodes 1 and 2. Should air episodes 7 and 8 of the main show if they did it like they have. Let's see. All right, here's the article about the premiere. Now, there's still 10 episodes. I was hoping maybe they shortened it down to 6 because the first season sucked so bad. I'm not seeing time. I guess I'll just have to watch AMC this week, and I'm sure they'll promote the crap out of it. But yeah. But no, I hope it's better, because World Beyond one sucked. But no, back to this episode. For those that actually tuned in for like a review and discussion, I thought this episode was great. I mean, like I said, I definitely think the feral people, it was not bad by any means. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I try not to come down too hard on the show for things like that. And I say that, and I've probably come down on them. But I mean, like, I get it, man. Like, at least it's a new enemy type. At least it's something we've never seen before. And yeah, it's far-fetched, but it's also a show where people come back to life and they eat people. Realism's not necessarily the most important factor when it comes to stuff like this. So while I do find the feral people to be a little bit odd and unbelievable, at the same time, it's a zombie apocalypse, man. Just about anything's probably possible. So I don't mind that. I thought it was a great episode. I thought it was really well done. Greg Nicotero does an amazing job when it comes to horror. I mean, obviously he does special effects and makeup. He's really into horror. And this episode, the music, all of it was really good. The silence when we were like kind of seeing things through Connie's eyes, like that was incredible. And I really thought she was tripping out at first. I really did, because I certainly didn't think that there were running zombies or monsters or feral people out there. And then it turned out that it was. And so I didn't know what to think. I'm like, Connie's tripping balls. This guy's drugged her like he drugged Michonne. But, then it turned out that no, it was some crazy people living in the walls. And then it was like, the wall thing kind of reminded me of like The Boy. And there, if you haven't seen it, look it up. There are cases where people have lived in other people's walls, like there's one where this guy, what was it? This guy lived in his ex-girlfriend's walls for like months. Like, she lived with her parents now, and he even pretended to be the ghost of the girl's dead mother. So it was interesting to see that. Let's see. I'm with you on that. Need more time after the apocalypse to be truly feral humans, but I like the new threat. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You put people in solitary confinement and they go crazy pretty quickly, but apparently these people had other people to be around, and I get the things got hard, and I can even maybe understand the cannibalism, but like to go straight feral, I don't know, like not saying I don't know. I mean, it'd be different if this was like 30 years into the future and these were like kids that grew up without parents and they became feral. But again, that's nitpicking. It doesn't bother me one bit because I applaud them for trying to do something a little different there. I think it was a great addition. It was suspenseful as hell and kept me wondering, was it really happening half the episode? I missed the Barn of Pleasures. When's the last time it was mentioned? Just earlier tonight. Elijah Wilson. How would Shane fare against Beta in a fist fight to the death for fighting for Lori and Carl? Yo, Shane is one of my favorite characters, like, of the entire show, but I don't think Shane has a chance against Beta. I don't think Shane has because also, too, one would argue, I'm sure, like if you took Shane, plucked him out of season 2 and put him against Beta, I think he would lose. Now, a Shane that had lived all the way up to this point, because they've become tough because of the things they've been through. So with that said, a Shane who had lived all the way through maybe would have a chance, but like Shane as we knew him when he died, I don't think would have had a chance at all against Beta. I think Beta would have punished that ass. Let's see. I love The Boy. Yeah, and it actually had Maggie in it. So cool little full circle thing there. Lauren Cohen played in it. It was an odd movie, but I thought it was actually pretty decent. It got bombed in the box office, but David Ortiz says Maggie was in a movie where the guy was in the wall trying to scare her. Yeah. Yep, The Boy. The Boy. And Carol says yes, it was called The Boy. Cooking in Palaces that Live in Your Walls. I'm gonna tell you what, my man. I'm giving you a chance to get out now because it is not going to be a pretty situation for you. Sorry, I just turned it. I'll have to check the replay. Oh, no worries. No worries. From Beavers, one little thing from the episode I have to point out. The human rib cage they showed to imply cannibalism looked just like a rib cage from the people under the stairs. I'm going to have to go watch The People Under the Stairs now. Carol says, I have seen The Boy like 100 times. I've seen The Boy 100 times. I don't know that I like it that much, Carol, but with that said, it is a good movie. So we like what we like. I mean, you probably know, you could probably like do a live read of the movie and play every role, which there aren't really that many characters in it. It's like her, that guy she's kind of shacking up with, the parents at the beginning. And that's kind of like it. But still, I bet you could do it. Jake says, I hope we get to see badass old Negan again. I want the writers to give him more than just being afraid of Maggie, unless they both end up in the Barn of Pleasures. Yo, everybody thinks that's going to happen. I swear to God, if it does, I won't believe it. Did I just hit my processor by accident? I think I did. I don't know. I'm going to tell you what. I've been trying to get my audio processor to where I want it, and it has been the most frustrating thing I've done in a long time. I think I just accidentally hit the threshold, and so if I sound bad all of a sudden, I apologize. But yep, that's going to wrap up this discussion of episode 6 of season 11 of The Walking Dead. I thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you so much for checking us out. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, we're going to get back to doing some Walking Dead what ifs here very soon. I actually had a listener message me earlier today and told him, yep, absolutely, we're going to do them again. So be tuned in for that. But in the meantime, we'll see you soon. Check the Patreon where I'm back from vacation. So the Patreon channel should be lit up with some podcasts this week. So make sure you tune in for that. In the meantime, be safe out there. I'll see you soon.